Yeah, do long, short, whatever. And then we go outside.
Non, mais moi j'aime bien que ce soit simultané. J'ai pas besoin que ce soit simultané.
Ça c'est la mode.
Il faut le dire.
Il faut connaître la mode à la française. Hein?
Exactement. C'est ça.
Il n'y a pas de cravate comme ça.
Je peux discuter avec vous la prochaine fois.
Հաճախս բարիքս հարգելի գործընկերներ, շնորհակալություն, որ եկել եք այսօր մեր մամուլի ասուլիսին։ Ինչպես արդեն հայտարարել էին, այսօրվա մամուլի ասուլիսը լինելու եւ նվիրված է Հայաստան-ԵՄ հարաբերությունների 30-ամյակին, ինչպես նաեւ Եվրոպայի օրվան, Աստղական Եվրոպայի օրվան եւ համապարփակ երկրորդ գործընկերության համաձայնագրին։ Ես իմ խոսքը կփոխանցեմ մեր բանախոսներին, ովքեր կարճ իրենց հայտարարություններից հետո արդեն կպատասխանեն ձեր հարցերին։ Հարցերի ժամանակ մենք կփոխանցենք գործընկերներին, բայց կխնդրեմ եւ հիշեցնեմ, որ անպայման ներկայացեք, որը շնորհակալություն, իմ խոսքը կփոխանցեմ Հայաստան Եվրոպական պատվիրակության ղեկավար դեսպան
Thank you, Yes, I'm really happy to be here. I think we have several events we can celebrate today. Like every year, we celebrate on the 9th of May, Europe Day, and commemorate Robert Schumann's founding declaration, which launched the European project. Today, the commemoration takes on a very particular meaning, because since the 24th of February, Europe as a whole has seen the return of war on a large scale in Ukraine. But we are convinced the European integration process is a huge success story. On Europe Day, we also remember what we do: defend and promote peace, democracy, human rights, and a rule-based global order. And this is the spirit in which we cooperate with all our partner countries. The war in Ukraine reminds us now in a very dramatic and striking way of the enduring value of the European Union as a peace project among Europeans and as a strong actor to uphold and to promote democracy and security on our continent and in the wider world. In this spirit, we have very close and good relations with Armenia. We stand together, we support reforms and democracy in the country for the well-being of the Armenian citizens. This is our ultimate goal. And as it was said already this year, in August we will celebrate 30 years of diplomatic relations between the European Union and Armenia. Our basis or our fundament is the Simra Agreement. This is the guideline for our relationship, and I'm very proud to say that the Armenian government took it as a blueprint for the reform process. And in this spirit, we are closely cooperating, and last week we had here the partnership committee, and this underlined our common objectives to further continue. SEPA provides a substantial basis further to enhance the reform agenda in the areas of mutual interest. And both the European Union and the Republic of Armenia have committed themselves to strengthening of democracy and political, economic and institutional stability, promoting, preserving and strengthening peace and stability in the region, but also globally, and enhancing cooperations in the area of freedom, security, and justice. These are our common objectives. And in order to reinforce the rule of law, respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, we are closely cooperating not only with the government, but also with civil society, which is a cornerstone of our cooperation, and also with the Human Rights Defender's Office, which I declare one of the really key assets of Armenia in the way it is working now. We are right now working on the annual action plan for this year, for 2022. We continue support for the justice reform. We will further engage, and this will be one of our priorities, to engage in the field of education. As a former teacher, this is very near to my heart, and I think it is necessary that we invest in the youth, because this is the future of the country, and there is a lot we can do. And may I say, this is also an asset because we do it together. We have here the French ambassador as the presidency of the European Council, but here in Armenia, I'm very proud that we are successful as Team Europe. That the European Union, together with the member states, really tries to develop common projects. And for example, we are right now very active to work on our Team Europe project, which is Resilience Unit. This is what we promised the government, this is in our flagships, and this is in our Team Europe approach. And we can tell you that we continue to cooperate, and I'm very happy to see you all here today. Thank you.
Հիմա ես խոսքը կփոխանցեմ Հայաստանի Հանրապետության արտաքին գործերի նախարարի տեղակալ Պարուլ Հովհաննիսյանին։
Now I will give the floor to Parul Hovanesyan, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Armenia.
I will also continue in English so to show the solidarity and give the same message. I'm delighted to join dear colleagues for the traditional celebration of the Europe Day in Armenia. On behalf of the Foreign Minister, Minister Mirzoyan, to convey heartfelt congratulations on this remarkable occasion. Wishes of peace, well-being and prosperity to the citizens of the European Union. This year, the Europe Day happily coincides with important milestone in our bilateral relations. As Ambassador mentioned, the 30th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the European and the European Union. And this circumstance gives me an additional pleasure to reflect on the EU partnership through the years. Armenia has been a part of European civilization for centuries. Actually, it was always at the roots of the European civilization and made great success in regaining its rightful place and role in the European family after the independence. It has been a long way, and we can proudly state that together with our European partners, we have managed to gain a sense of ownership towards our country's sustainable development. Armenian relations will be witness Հայաստան-ԵՄ հարաբերությունների
throughout the years while shaping and strengthening our bilateral relations, we have remained committed to the implementation of the ambitious reform program, and EU remains our main partner in support of our transformation agenda, and part of it also one of the most important trade partners. It's also a major donor, so that's to present the picture in a short way. We have another reason to celebrate it's the SEPA Comprehensive Enhanced Partnership Agreement force very recently, so the best already referred to encompasses a wide range of areas of cooperation between Armenia and the European Union. Still, despite significant challenges, we've been able to promote the agenda in many sectoral topics. Examples: common aviation area, freedom, Horizon Europe, the framework program for research and innovation has been assigned, and soon globally Creative Europe on culture and Eurojust advancing, and so the sectoral achievements are many. I will mention also recovery, resilience and reform post-2020 Eastern Partnership priorities document, and economic and investment plan, flagship initiatives, which is a guide to deepen the cooperation with Armenia, support for indeed, the last years have been especially challenging for Armenia. It's spread of pandemic, the situation of having a war during the pandemic, its humanitarian consequences then, but still we always felt that the European partners was providing generous humanitarian recovery support, also moral support on many issues, and that's something which we would never forget. The current agenda is truly impressive. We have a extremely high level of political dialogue, and we try to sustain the efforts into that direction. We are committed to working together to tackle global challenges, secure a new level of people-to-people engagement. Against this background, I am optimistic that our relationship will continue to grow, expand, and to all directions, and grateful for the opportunity to be able to contribute to that process at this time. So once again, I'm grateful to the delegation of the United States event,
Շնորհակալություն, ինչպես դեսպանն արդեն իր խոսքում նշեց, այս տարվա հունվարի Ֆրանսիան ստանձնել է Եվրոպական խորհրդում եւ այսպիսով փոխանցում է Հայաստանի Հանրապետությունում Ֆրանսիայի արտակարգ երկրազորի դեսպան
Hello everybody. Of course, I fully support what has just been said, and Ambassador Victorine and Deputy Minister Paolo-Vanessian, we are really actually working very hard on the delegation, the Armenian governance to strengthen this cooperation between the EU and Armenia, and I support everything that was said about, of course, the importance of this day, Europe Day. It was important to remind of Schuman statements. 72 years ago, I think it's important to remind that this statement was meant to organize Europe in a way that would be unthinkable in the future. That is to say that peace is the heart and perhaps the identity of Europe. I think that will agree with this. That's why we strongly support all the efforts of Armenian government towards peace and stability in the region, as well as we support Armenia in this very difficult context with the war in Ukraine. Just a brief word about French presidency of Council of the EU. France remained member of the presidency for 6 months until the end of June. And especially in the context we've just mentioned, our first priority was to strengthen the EU sovereignty in all areas. In order to protect, of course, its own citizens, but also to develop its partnership, also to support its partners, its close, a little bit more distant partners, as it is the case for Armenia, who is a very important member of the European family, as the Prime Minister was. Yesterday, you may have seen that our just re-elected president, Mr. Macron, he took part in the closing ceremony of the Conference on the Future of Europe, the European Parliament in Strasbourg. And it is a conference which was organized in order to debate about the challenges that are faced in Europe is facing and try to bring solutions and some proposals. Europe is the land that, of course, Europe is a unique democratic and open space, and it is very eager to share its values and ambitions with its partners. This is the reason for the agreement on which we are working so hard, and I will really to stress the quality, the high quality of our dialogue and of the cooperation at the level of course, the EU, but also the bilateral level with each member state represented in Armenia in a team European spirit. So, well, really, I wish everybody a happy and peaceful Europe. Thank you. Thank you very much to our speakers. Now let us go to the questions. Please, in case of questions, raise your hands. You will have a microphone. And please introduce yourself before asking your question. Thank you. My question is to Mrs. Victorine.
I have so much problems to hear.
Yes, you must put it like that.
I must put it like that.
Դեսպան 2021 թվականին ազդարարվեց, որ Եվրամիությունը Հայաստանի կտրամադրի 2.6 միլիարդի աջակցություն, այդ թվում 600 միլիոն եվրո ենթակառուցվածքների զարգացման, մասնավորապես Քաջարյան-Սիսիան ճանապարհահատվածի կառուցման համար։ Ուզում եմ իմանալ այս ֆինանսական փոխանցման իրագործման ընթացքը ինչպիսին է, ինչ աշխատանքներ են արդեն իրականացվել, եւ ՍԵՊԱ-ի պայմանագրով այդ ինչ աշխատանքներ են իրականացվել, ինչպես է քննարկվել։ Եթե կարելի է անվտանգային հարցը քննարկել, Հայաստանը մշտապես արտաշրջանի խաղաղություն կառուցում առումով ամենաբարձր մակարդակով դրականություն է դրսևորել ասելով առաջին տարի խաղաղություններակարգը, մինչդեռ Ադրբեջանից հնչող հայտարարությունները վերջին շրջանում կարծես թե դրան չեն նպաստում, այսօր ևս արտաքին գործերի նախարարը Ադրբեջանի այդ փոխարտորձ նախարարը հայտարարություններով են համեցել, որոնք արտաքին չեն նպաստում այդ խաղաղության օրակարգի հաստատմանը։ Ինչպես է վերադարձանք Տիկին դեսպան եւ եթե կարելի է դիտել որպես համանախագահություն։
Unfortunately, I cannot hear her. If we ask her to repeat the question and one by one, please.
Perhaps, Badui, can you simply take the micro and translate because we didn't.
Yes,
it is so bad that you don't get it. Yeah, this is I think Good. Yeah. One by one. The first question I got, flagship.
Yes,
This I
yes.
got. Second question was on...
about the security in the region.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Խնդրում եմ ժուրնալիստներին հարցերը շատ արագ, որպեսզի ես կոնկրետ թարգմանեմ դեր հարցերը եւ ճշգրիտ։
We will make We are all flexible. Good. Flagships. I start again because I think you can't say it often enough. What is the idea of the flagships? The flagships was proposed as a common endeavor to get investment into Armenia. It is a combination of grants from the European Union over 5 years, everything forget about it, which are added by financial instruments, which are loans, which are guarantees, lending, and this brings additional money. And the rest is the hope that we get more private investment into the project. So, there were originally 5 flagships. It's true, infrastructure and Tessaloniki is one of the urgent requests. Now you have to imagine how this is working. It is not, I have no suitcases under my desk with money. It needs to be developed together, which means we need to get projects that are bankable, which means we first have to deliver all the information needed. So we are working very heavily on this. Right now our process is ongoing to get the feasibility study. We need to have a clear overview on the economic impact, the figures of transport, of freight, what will be seen. So this is the procedure. If we are, but this was clear from the beginning, if we are fast and I step on everybody's feet, we could be ready by the end of the year regarding this we have already success on others. For example, in Yerevan, we signed, and again, we pushed together, we pushed everybody, we closed some hospitals. As the parts of the government who had to do their work with the Minister of Finance, but also on our side, and we signed the agreement on the green buses. So, I was on Friday in the municipality where another agreement was signed on also green buses, which is in the framework of the project which is called E5P. And I reminded the mayor that I want to see the buses. So, but let's be realistic. If I can drive in one of these buses by October, November, then we are extremely fast. For the second tranche of the buses, I think it will. So, the things are ongoing. We are very engaged, and that's what I mentioned, because I think this is also politically very important that we support Sunni in different areas. It is not only the road connection, it's also to offer opportunities to small and medium-sized enterprises and education, exactly. And by the way, it is not a coincidence, not only because I love this place, but we have a very good cooperation with Goa, who is lovely, and we try to do something in Sunni together. Again, sometimes the devil is in the details, how to fix the contracts, but we are working on this and we are making progress, and we are not giving up. And anyway, we still have quite a time to consider. But I would not underestimate what we do additionally together with the EU member states, because there we go in smaller directions, and you see we had a wonderful trip of women ambassadors to Zurich 3 weeks ago. And I think it is very important that we go. The next time I will go with Hans. She was not available at that point, but we will do it. Because also to give the support to the people. And if I may say so, I was impressed by the power and the strength and the decision of the women in Syria. They are not complaining, they are doing something. So also very beautiful things. But I think there is a great potential also from the civil society to do more, and I know that my member states are very engaged in this, and we will see more. This I can promise. So on the second question regarding security in the region or the support for, let's say, a sustainable solution between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and also regarding Nagorno-Karabakh. What we offer is facilitation. And which means we intend, and we did so, and I think it is also acknowledged by the government starting last summer, that we are very engaged to do more. It is always the speed that is decided by the two countries, because I am a mediator, I can tell you, in the German system. Mediation doesn't mean that you come with a solution. Mediation is you are creating a framework so that the conflict partners can find a solution. This we do in good spirit, we do it together with our partners. We had, for example, the joint initiative of a meeting in February, which could not take place in person, but which was a video conference. And to promote it, we had also on the 2nd of May, we had the last meeting of the Secretary of the National Security Council and the advisor of President Aliyev in Brussels. So we are not giving up. We stand ready. We will adjust to the speed that is wished. What is my request, and I think I can speak for both partners here at the table, it would be good not to enter into many conspiracy theories about what is thought and what is done, and I read some, let's say, rather interesting messages in the media. This can affect the process. So I think this will go on, this will be transparent, and Mr. Pashinyan announced it. We stand ready, and we are engaged nearly every month in a meeting here to see what we can do and how we can progress. But our intention is to help to find a sustainable solution that makes it possible for everybody to live in peace and security.
Շնորհակալություն, ազատություն ռադիոկայան։ Ես մի քանի հարցում եմ Եվրոպական պատվիրակության ղեկավարին։ Դեսպան, արդյոք որքանով է հիմնավորված այն տեսակետը, որ այդ փաթեթ, աջակցության փաթեթը, որը Եվրամիությունը պատրաստում է տրամադրել Հայաստանին, կապված է հայ-ադրբեջանական բանակցությունների առաջընթացի հետ։ Լինի առաջընթաց, փաթեթի տրամադրում ավելի արագ լինի, որքանով է հիմնավորված այս տեսակետը։ Երկրորդ հարցը դուք ասացիք, որ քաղաքականապես շատ կարևոր է։ Այնտեղ հետ են ադրբեջանական կողմի հայտարարությունների մասին, խնդրում եմ մանրամասնել այս ամենի ֆոնին սահմանային լարվածությունների ֆոնին
on the background of this conflict, why
Եվ երրորդ
important political
question,
you know that
Եթե կարող եք
police forces in the streets, could you please give your assessment as to all this situation? Thank you very much.
And you are, when you talk about the support package, you mean the investment plan, no? If I understand you correctly. Good. This was an offer to Armenia. It was offered last year by Commissioner Raheli. It was confirmed and really underlined by President Michel. This is, if you want, an offer within our bilateral cooperation. So this stands, we are working on this, I tried to explain it just now, and this is naturally not linked, this is not, you see, in some questions I see that we have a different mentality and a different way of thinking. We want to cooperate, we are not putting preconditions to it clearly. So there is one thing that we want to support a solution between Armenia and Azerbaijan, yes, I think it is in all our interests. Secondly, there is a question how we develop our bilateral relations, and I think we gave you the answer that the relations are developing really in a very good and trustful way. And I think I can tell you, I have been here before, you all know it. The cooperation with the foreign ministry is totally different than it was, let's say, when I was here before. So this shows there is a spirit of trust, and this is the basis of our cooperation. If you want, if you ask me now that I should paint a wall in pink, I would say this is not within our scope of cooperation, because the guideline for what we do is all laid down in the SEPA agreement. So everything we are doing here is related to SEPA and how we want to develop, and I think we put it the reform process, but also economically and in other fields. That is how we develop programs together. Why is UNIC important? I wonder that you asked me the question. I think this UNIC is important. Yes, please. It is. I think what we tried to do and we did together, we did last year, the moment we saw the first incursions in May. You had all EU ambassadors going to Sunik to set a political sign that we looked at the situation. There are certain things which need to be discussed with Azerbaijan. No? But we can facilitate, let's say, what we can do to facilitate it, and this was offered in the letter of President Michel, both to President Aliyev and Prime Minister Pashinyan, where we offer our good services. This can be expertise, this is a regarding border situation. So there are discussions ongoing, and I hope it will lead to a positive result. So this is important. Question number 3. Yes, I think we cannot avoid to see that there are certain demonstrations. You see, and I'm sure my friends will join me in this. Diplomatic representations are not interfering in internal affairs. This is, let's say, the guideline number 1 in the book of the ambassadors. And yes, we observe the situation. There is always, I have seen some heated situations when I have the impression there are questions to be raised. I raised them directly. I did so. And yes, I think I made a very clear statement that the police has also to follow all the regulations, and there is no impunity for police or law enforcement agencies. This needs to be observed. On the other side, I would also say there can be different understandings of a peaceful demonstration. So I would say if there are provocations, then I would personally ask myself, where does it end? But this is a decision. For me, what is important, and I think the 2.5 years, or more than 2.5 years I've been back in Armenia, is how can the European Union and the member states support the democratic and sustainable development in this country, respecting rule of law, but also having economic success for the people. Therefore, I'm deeply convinced you need a strategy. So you have to answer your citizens what you intend to do to make life better in Armenia. And everybody has to listen to the people who are very loud right now, and you make the choice whether you get an answer to this question.
Այլ հարցեր ունենք, մենք արդեն մոտենում ենք մեր նախատեսված ժամանակի վերջին, ես խնդրում տղեկ ընդհանրեն մեկ հարց, որտեղ շատ հարցեր տալու դեպքում արդեն ծերմես բոլոր կերերի ժամանակի
Սաթերի Հայրապետյան, Ֆակտոր TV, եթե կարելի է հարցից պատասխանենք բոլոր բանախոսները, վերջերս վարչապետը հայտարարություն արեց այն մասին, որ միջազգային հանրությունը ակնկալում է Արցախի հարցում ինքնորոշման նշաձորի իջեցում։ Նշաձորի իջեցումը նշանակում է հետընթաց ինքնորոշման իրավունքից այն պարագայում, երբ Ադրբեջանը շարունակում է ցեղծման սպառնալիքներ իջեցնել։ Այս պարագայում ինչպես ենք պատկերացնում Արցախահայության անվտանգության
Imagine the status of the safety and security of the population in Artsakh. If you take down the words.
Իրականում իհարկե հարցը գնում էր այլ կարևոր կոմենտի մասին, ժառանգություններ, եւ դա է արժանյա բանակցությունների խոսում է ոչ թե վիճակել քաղաքի ինքնորոշման, խոսքը գնում էր նախ եւ առաջ շարժություն դարձնել անհատության խնդիրները։ Դա է բանակցությունների հիմքը, որին վերաբերում է Եվրամիությունը։ Ապրանք մնացած ասպեկտներին վարչապետը անդրադարձել էր mis ամերիկացիներով
that I'm not speaking all along, and then
I think that there is an important thing to remind that we as international community, we are mediators, facilitators, we help the negotiations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We are not negotiating directly, so we are not supposed to make proposals. We can help for these proposals to appear, and we can help to support afterwards the implementation of some of the results of the negotiations, but we are not. It's not our role to make proposals ourselves. So I think this is a clear answer to your question.
I couldn't agree more, and I repeat, I'm a mediator, I know exactly how these things are working. You are not going in the content. The content has to be decided by the conflict parties, but it is always better to look for a compromise. And I can only add to what was said that there were clear statements that we highly appreciated this speech of Prime Minister Pashinyan on the 13th of April.
Госпожа посол, когда ждать начала диалога о либерализации визового режима между Арменией и Евросоюзом? Армения неоднократно заявляла о своей готовности начать этот процесс. На каком этапе находится?
Thank you. This is my favorite topic of West Conference. You are well aware, and we discussed it last week, no? in the partnership committee. It is a process that has to be agreed by 27 member states. So the Commission sees positive developments. It was also again stated last week. However, we need to get all member states on board, and then we will hopefully start the process. We stand ready, but again, I think it is a common endeavor. We tried from the side of the EU institutions, and the Foreign Ministry is very active to convince member states that have still certain concerns. But the development of all the figures are going in the right direction.
Շնորհակալություն, մեր ժամն արդեն ավարտեց, այն ժամանակը, որ նախատեսել էինք մամուլի ասուլիսի համար, շնորհակալություն բանախոսներին, Տիկին Վիկտորիին, Տիկին Լուրերին և պարոն Հովհաննիսյանին, և շնորհակալություն բոլոր լրատվամիջոցներին այսօր ներկայ գտնվելու համար, և բոլորին համատարան եզրափակ։